How to decipher your IRS cycle code. What is an IRS cycle code? The IRS cycle code is an 8-digit code that you can find on your online tax account transcript once your tax return has been accepted and posted to the IRS master file. If you see a cycle code along with the transaction code 150 posted on your tax account transcript, you'll know that your tax return has started being processed. How do I find my tax account transcript? To access your tax account transcript online, you will need to visit the Get Transcripts page on the IRS website. From there, you'll create your online account if you don't already have one. Once signed in, you'll click the link to view tax records and then click the Get Transcripts online button. How do I find my IRS cycle code? Once you've gained access to your current year's tax account transcript or the transcript that you're in question about, scroll down to the explanation of transactions section of the document. There you'll find a column labeled cycle that will provide you your IRS cycle code. As highlighted here in red, this 8-digit code can be found under the transaction section of your account transcript once your tax return has been accepted and posted to the IRS master file. What can my IRS cycle code tell me? Your current year's IRS cycle code can help you determine when your tax return entered the IRS master file to start processing, and it can also tell you whether your current year's tax return was placed into a daily or a weekly processing batch cycle. Deciphering or breaking down the IRS cycle code. In this example, the cycle code that's highlighted in red is 2021-0705. When you convert this over to the IRS processing cycles, this lets you know that this tax return started processing on February 18th, 2021, and the date listed next to it, the 3/8/2021, is the date that they expect to have the tax return completed by. But to break down the cycle code, the first 4 digits indicate the tax processing year that they are processing the tax return in. So in this example, it is in 2021. The 5th and 6th digits are the calendar year of the week. In this example, that is 07, so that means that's the 7th week of the year. And then the 7th and 8th digits are the day of the week that your IRS account was uploaded into the IRS master file. And in this example, that's 05. That's the processing day of the week. So this lets you know that this cycle code breaks down and equals out to February 18th, 2021. That's the day that this tax return was entered into the master file to begin processing. Determining daily and weekly processing with your IRS cycle code. Your IRS cycle code can help you determine if your tax account follows daily or weekly processing. What you'll need to do is take the last 2 days, the processing day of the week, from your cycle code to determine if you have a daily or a weekly account. Account cycle codes that end in a 01 equal Friday, and that's daily processing. Cycle codes that end in 02 are Monday, that's daily processing. Cycle codes that end in 03 are Tuesday, daily processing. 04 Wednesday, daily processing. And 05 Thursday is accounts that process on a weekly basis. Here's an example of your IRS cycle code. The cycle code that we have on this example, 2021-0705. So on the IRS processing cycle from the IRS manual, you'll want to look at the processing cycles, and you want to look at the 2021-07 cycle, and then the date. Friday is 01, Monday is 02, Tuesday is 03, Wednesday is 04. Those are all daily processing accounts. And weekly processing accounts occur on Thursdays, and those cycle codes will end in a 05. You can look at these examples here, and then you can also look at the IRS processing cycles so you can get a better idea of how the IRS determines their processing cycles. So this IRS cycle code 20210705, when we break it down on this IRS processing cycle, this code equals February 18th, 2021. So that's what's highlighted here in the red is the cycle code 20210705 equals February 18th, 2021 for the day that that tax return began processing and was entered into the IRS master file. Will my IRS cycle code be the same as last year? No, each time you file a new tax return or amended tax return, and possibly at different stages of the processing, you will get a new IRS cycle code. Can my IRS cycle code tell me when I'll receive my tax refund? No, the IRS cycle code alone cannot tell you when you'll receive your tax refund. The IRS cycle code documents when the tax return started processing, and the transaction codes documented underneath the explanation of transaction section need to be used to give you the most accurate information about your tax return and tax refund status. To determine a direct deposit date, you need an 846 refund issued code. You will need to watch the tax account transcript frequently and follow the explanation of transaction section on the tax account transcript, and wait until you see an 846 refund issued transaction code to post on your transcript, indicating that you will be getting a refund and your direct deposit date has already been determined. The date next to the 846 refund issued is when the IRS should mail your tax check or send your direct deposit to your financial institution. Your cycle code cannot be used to determine if you will be getting a direct deposit. The only thing the cycle code can help you determine is the day that the IRS physically started processing your tax return and entered it into the IRS master file. You will need to look for the 846 refund issued code to know that they are done processing your tax return and that they are issuing you a refund. Here are the steps to finding your IRS cycle code. Get access to your tax account transcript. Scroll down to the section that says explanation of transactions. Look for the column that is labeled cycle. Your cycle code is an 8-digit code displayed under the cycle column. The cycle code documents the date the account was entered into the IRS master file to begin processing. The first 4 digits indicate the tax processing year. The 5th and 6th digits are the processing week of the year, meaning 1 through 52 weeks. The 7th and 8th digits are the processing day of the week. Those numbers run 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. Those are the processing days. There's only 5 days in the IRS processing cycle week. We hope the information shared in this video can help some people get a better understanding about how to decipher their IRS cycle code. Feel free to drop your cycle code and cycle code questions in the comments down below. Please feel free to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you found the information shared here to be useful. Thank you very much. We appreciate you taking the time to watch this video, and we'll see you again in the next video.